Hello guys, welcome back to another Thaumcraft 4.2 tutorial. So today we're going to be covering the Primordial Pearl. So you guys should have picked this up from the Outer Lands. There's another piece that we missed on the last one, is Revelations, which we'll cover in a second. But we're going to have a look at the Primordial Pearl and exactly what you can do with this. And then that's pretty much us done on this series. So this is probably going to be the very, very last video. But yeah, so we're going to quickly smash all this out. I'll show you all the bits and pieces you can do with them, and we will crack on. So we've got Revelations in the Outer Lands. We're going to cover this. So your suspicions have been confirmed. This is not the home of the race you have come to call the Eldritch. This place is something else entirely, and you do not believe it exists in what you understand as being reality, as much as a mental construct as a physical one. But what mind can contain this? You have been able to decipher only a small number of symbols, but you're sure this place is a trap, a place to test visitors and weed out the weak. For what purpose? You are not sure. So this leads on to make me believe, and probably other people believe, that this was sort of like a little trial to see if you're sort of worthy to meet the home of the Eldritch, or meet anyone from the Eldritch, or stuff like that. But yeah, it seems to be like a test. So if you can go through and you can pull the test off, then hopefully when, like, this mod is still being worked on, like I said, so maybe in the future you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to get Primordial Pearl. It's going to be classed as like payment or a tribute or something to get into the next part of it. Maybe there's another trial. Maybe you'll meet the Eldritch. Maybe you're in the mine of an Eldritch. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of different theories that could be happening here. But I'm definitely really excited for it myself. So leaving that's just the revelations of the Outer Land, revelations of what happened last time. You obviously came to find that you weren't in the home of the Eldritch. Obviously there was a lot of guardians there. There's like loads of boss fights and stuff, and loads of different boss fights, and it's basically just testing you out. So we got the Primordial Pearl. Let's have a look at this thing. So for the first time you find yourself with a puzzle you do not think can be solved. This object contains pure primal aspects, but they possess properties unlike what you consider normal, everyday primal aspects. You have a few theories of why this could be. Firstly, this pearl could be the remnants of primal matter that was created at the dawn of reality, elementary magic that existed before it mingled and merged into compound aspects. Alternatively, it could be primal matter from a place that does not conform to the known rules of magic as you have come to understand it. You are not sure which explanation is more worrying. Either way, the pearl is a potent artifact containing vast magical power and nearly unlimited potential. It's time to start putting it to use. So even though it does have unlimited potential, like it says, there's only two potentials for it at the moment. And that is the Advanced Alchemical Furnace and the Prom'crusher. Also, you can manipulate these things. You can manipulate the nodes, using this. You've developed a bit of a wild theory that it may be worth exploring, but why not bring a Primordial Pearl into contact with an aura node? Sure, bringing two such sources of raw magical energy into contact with each other might be catastrophic, but their interaction could also be highly interesting. While anyone can do this, you are sure that completing this research has slightly improved your chances of getting a good result. Very slightly. So you can actually go up to nodes with this thing, and you can, I'm not sure how you contact it. There you go. That's how you contact them together. And let's have a look at that. That's added another aspect into there by the looks of it. And it obviously did explode the thing. Okay, so I've never done that before. First time for everything. Fantastic. Right, let's just see if we can fill some of this in. We can't fill much of it in, but we're going to give it a go. Right, so let's try that. Thaumic slime? Hello. I've never seen the Thaumic slimes before. That's quite interesting stuff. Right, okay, so let's go try that again on a different one that we are nowhere near. Let's find one. Could I have one around here somewhere? So, let's have a look at this. We got 32 Pedicio, 24 Tempest. And now, we have all of the primal aspects in. Now, that is pretty cool. Still got 32 Thingy and 24 Tempest. Wait, did that just go down? Oh no, that went up to 33, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. We got little Thaumic slimes jumping around all over the place. Hello, little Thaumic slime. Spiders are from the tree. But that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool stuff. Quite interesting to see that, actually. So that just tends to add a load of aspects. And as you can see, it's charging itself. We had 1 auto in there a minute ago. And now we're up to 2, 3. I wonder how high that's going to go. So we're going to leave that. We're going to find out exactly. We've got 2 of them running here. So these are all on 1. Perditio is going up already. It's on 32 and 33. And now it's on 34. So everything is increasing slowly, which is really cool. So we're going to leave them and find out exactly what happens with them later on. First time I've ever tried that. So as you can tell, they do consume the nodes to just be, they do consume the pearls, so just be careful about that. Oh, I don't want limited. There we go, got 2 Primordial Pearls there. So let's have a look at what else you can do with them. So there's 3 uses, sorry, I thought there was only 2. I thought this was to duplicate it, obviously not. Advanced Alchemical Furnace. So these things are really cool. It won't use your Primordial Pearl on these as far as I know. It says the standard Alchemical Furnace is fairly slow and requires fuel to operate. While neither of those are practical, difficult obstacles. While neither of those are particularly difficult obstacles to you, the fact that it is unable to process large sources of Essentia is something that cannot be ignored. Unfortunately, the instability of the Essentia slurry it creates makes it dangerous to gather too much of it in one location. With the discovery of the Primordial Pearls, you have found a solution to that problem. The Advanced Alchemical Furnace, using alchemical constructs that would have been strengthened with void metal and exposed to Primordial Pearls' strange energies is much more slurry. Strange energies, much more slurry can be processed at once at much greater speeds. The pearl is not consuming during the crafting process. Instead of fuel, heat is generated by Ignis Vis, and instead of relying on heat alone, Perditio Vis breaks down objects almost instantly. Lastly, Aqua Vis keeps everything running smoothly and prevents the slurry from settling and causing problems. So it is going to require you channeling 3 different types of Vis into this. It's going to require Ignis, Perditio, and Aqua to get this one running, but it's definitely worth it. It's one of my favourite constructs in Thaumcraft. The machine requires a considerable amount of heat to function and requires a constant supply of Ignis Vis, even when not operating. Perditio and Aqua Vis is only used when the machine is smelting. So this Ignis Vis has to be running to this constantly. The best way to do that is with a energized node, and it will just constantly keep running over to there. That's the best way to do it. So to craft these things, let's quickly grab ourselves a crafting table. We should be able to craft these things up. So they are fairly easy. So we are going to need some. Let's have a look in here. So we're going to need 4 pieces of void metal. This is going to give us 4 of these. And if you see on the next page, we need 8 in total. So we're going to need 12 alchemical constructs in total. If you can't remember how to make these, they are done like so. 2 Essentia valves, 4 Essentia tubes, 2 Vis filters, and great wood planks. So this is going to be expensive. It's not going to be easy. This is kind of end game stuff at the minute. But assuming you have a lot of supplies, this isn't going to be too bad for you to make. So you're going to need to make at least 8 of them, and then we're going to need 4 there. So 8 of them need to be transformed into this stuff, and then we're going to need 8 void metal ingots as well, because we need to do the recipe twice, and then the Primordial Pearl doesn't get used up. So if you come over here, go like this. Oh, wrong way, I think. Go like that, and then place that in the middle. You can see it's going to take 30 auto Vis in your wand, 10 Aqua, and 10 Terra. So just place our wand in there. That's going to drop that down for me. Make 4. As you can see, the pearl didn't get used up. Do it again. The pearl is still there. Fantastic. That's not just because I'm in creative mode. That generally does stay with you. So if you are going to use this on a node, make sure you do this bit first, because you want this construct. Very good construct indeed. Very useful. So we're also going to need some alembics here. We're going to need a couple of them alembics. We're also going to need 1 alchemical furnace for this. So if you have a look in the book here, wrong page, we're going to have a look over here. It's going to tell you exactly how to set this up. So you need 8 of the constructs around an alchemical furnace. So if we take our alchemical furnace, I'm going to set this thing up over here. There we go. So we're going to place our furnace down there. We're then going to grab our alchemical constructs. So there we go. We've got 8 of them down there. And then what we do is on the sides here, I'm just going to show you in a book before I do it. We're going to put the alchemical constructs and then put the alembics in the corners. So if we grab these down and we got them there already. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then this little space in the middle gets left open. So to activate this thing, you are going to need 50 Ignis, 50 Aqua, and 50 Auto in your one. So just make sure you have all of that in there. And then what you have to do is quickly grab your wand, which I left over here. Take a said wand, come over here, and just click on one of the blocks, and it's going to make this really, really cool structure like this here. And it's really, really cool. So what you can do is you can channel Ignis into this using Vis Relays. You guys should all know how to use Vis Relays now. You can just channel it in, and it'll channel into any side of this. It doesn't matter where. You can have it going underneath if you really wanted. Still going to work for you. There you go. And the way you pull all of this stuff out is with essentially tubes on these sides here. You can also attach bellows to these, I believe. Yeah, you can't connect to anywhere else other than these holes. So if you just wanted one hole pulling everything out, so let's just say we're going to pull everything out of this hole here. Everything is going to be pulled out of there. You can't attach these to anywhere else, like I said. Let's go like that. You can actually attach the bellows to this. If you wanted to speed this thing up, as you can see, it just connects the bellows straight into there, like so. And that'll speed the process up even more. You can channel all your vis into the bottom, and you can pull out from the front here. You can also use your golems to do the exact same thing. Your golems will pull straight out of this. I think you got to connect them up to the hole. Not entirely sure, but I expect you connect them up to the hole, they will just pull all the stuff out of it. This thing is a lot faster than the last one as well, because obviously it's got 4 alembics, it's burning all up at once, and it is going to require a constant supply of Ignis. You're not going to need to put any fuel in it either, which makes it ideal. As long as you have an energized node with Ignis in it, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So don't have to worry about refueling it and stuff like that. This is slowly going. But right, so moving on. Well, the very last bit is the Prom'crusher. The theory behind infusion crafting is simple. Infuse a single object with the sentience and the properties of other objects. There are limits, however, but it seems with the discovery of the Primordial Pearl, these limits are becoming less and less. As an experiment, you tried infusing the properties of completely different objects into the Pearl with surprising success. The Prom'crusher is the first practical application of this discovery. By combining a shovel of the Earth Mover, a pickaxe of the core with their void metal counterparts, you created a tool unrivaled destructive capabilities that has the most features of its component pieces. The Primordial can mine through earth and stone with equal ease and does so in a 3x3 area. Like the pickaxe of the core, it occasionally mines native clusters instead of raw ore. It repairs itself over time, has a high enchantability, and serves as a relatively good weapon in a pinch. Unfortunately, it seems purely destructive in nature Unfortunately, it seems purely destructive in nature and has lost the construction and detection abilities of its parent tools. So with the pickaxe, shovel of the Earth Mover, can't go onto them, unfortunately. Right, okay, let's go back to... Right, so the pickaxe of the core, used to sound... It can be used to sand out any surface you right-click against or find where valuable ores, lava, or water can be found nearby. This will no longer be happening on the Prom'crusher. You can't right-click to do that anymore. And then for the Shovel of the Earth Mover, if you right-click on the side of a block, it will attempt to place a 3x3 section of the same material in the world as long as you have sufficient blocks in your inventory. This is not going to happen anymore either, but it does make a very, very good weapon. Makes a very, very good tool, especially if you're digging and you're getting dirt in the way and gravel. It's just going to power through all of that like a steam train. And if you get really sticky situation, it also does have 7.5 attack damage, which is better than a standard diamond sword. And you can enchant this thing and it has good enchantability. So it is very much worth it. Just be careful because the Primordial Pearl will get consumed doing this also. So you might want to make the advanced alchemical construct first, then make a primal, then make the Prom'crusher if you really want to make that, and then any more that you get after that from doing additional bosses, use on nodes probably, because you're not going to need another one of these, and you're probably not going to need another alchemical. Well, you might want another one of these, but it's probably not going to be needed. I use only one of these myself in my Let's Play series, and it is more than sufficient enough. But that is going to be it. So that is it. I've covered everything, I believe, in Thaumcraft. I've covered all the vanilla stuff. So I am going to be moving on to doing some of the add-ons eventually. But that is going to be it. So that is it wrapped up for the entire Thaumcraft 4.2 tutorial series. I will be going through and I will be watching them. And if I have missed any bits and pieces, I will be sure to do a little video, another video on the end of this, covering all the bits and pieces that I have missed. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for all your support. I hope you guys have learned a lot out of this series. I certainly have myself, just messing around with things and just basically learning things myself. But thank you, as always, for your support. I hope you have yourselves a very fantastic day. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see all your beautiful faces in the next video. Goodbye.